had a glow party, and we even had a hoedown, and they loved it.
Fun.
So our next one is a snow cone showdown, and so we're having snow cones and teacher versus student games. So, Dr. Rogers, I wanted to end with this. Some huge celebrations. We've seen a whole percentage increase in student attendance. Our discipline referrals from this time last year are down from 357 to
Wow.
280.
That's a remarkable.
And we really think a lot of it is
The
from
positive supports,
positive
yeah.
supports. And then our teacher absences are down 19.7%.
Wonderful.
So I did want to include that because thank you for the new calendar. We really think a lot of it has to do with things we're implementing with our goals, but also the calendar. And I just wanted to end with our kids. You know, at Main Street, we always say, you know, we don't hear these are my kids, my room, my materials. It's Main Street. So we could not do it without our team and that collective effort that we put forth every single day. So we thank you because you're a part
Thank
of that.
you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Main Street. And we will have our last school to see highlights and student highlights next month with Langston when they round off our school year. So, all right, next we have a special board recognition for dedicated service. And before we get started, I am so grateful to Debbie Ubadi, who sent me this picture today, and I'm going to see if I can get it to where y'all can see it. But she found, I don't know if I can get it small enough. Anyway, she found a picture. There's Mrs. Ann Hill right there. This is back from 2005 when Roy Rowe was superintendent. Miss Ubadi is in this picture as well. Oh, look, here's the actual one. Look, you can see the actual one. But they were looking at the site where Park School now stands. And so they were getting ready and contemplating that whole beginning of that construction. So what a great picture to share today. Thank you for that. I'm sorry I can't make it smaller on here, but I'm...
And you might get a better copy of that Ann from the Sentinel Record.
Might have it. We pulled it from the Sentinel Record from October of 2005. So we have a couple of things to present, and I'm going to present this first because we actually received this just in the mail. But this is from the Arkansas School Board Association, and Ann received Platinum Board Member Award Level designation this year in 2024. And so why that's important is Platinum Board Member Award is given when they have achieved over 400 plus hours of professional development training as a school board member. So again, school board members don't get paid anything, and sometimes it's a thankless job, but all of our board members put in so much time to be the best that they can be for our district, and so we're just really excited to get to present that tonight. And then I'll let the board present this.
All right, this is an award presented to Ann Hill in recognition of your years of service. April 2024 through May, 2004, here I go, and May 2025, Hot Springs Board of Education. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
We're going to let Ann say a few words if she would like.
I promise. I didn't mean to talk.
You know, I have grown to love my fellow board members, and I love our district. I'm so proud. We really do some amazing things, and it's been my greatest honor to be on the board. And I know it's going to only keep getting better and stronger, and I'll be watching and supporting you. Thank you.
So the refreshments outside are in your honor tonight. We have this beautiful, painted by Mrs. Ashley Curtis today for us, signed. So we'll make sure, if you don't mind, getting a picture with the whole board after the meeting in front of that sign so we can have that too. And just thank you for your service. Thank you for your support to all of us across the district. you've been on the board since I've been superintendent. Actually, since I've been in the district. So the 16 years I've been in the district. So thank you
You're welcome.
so
Thank
much
you.
for all you've done for the district. Okay.
All right, our next item will be items of action. The first item of action will be approval of minutes, March 18th, 2025. Okay, do I have a motion to accept?
I move that we approve the minutes of March 18th, 2025.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, motion accepted. Our next item of action will be, oh, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, we have to vote. Okay, I'm sorry.
And
Let's-
that's for discussion.
Okay, all right, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No? Okay.
Oh, no.
It-
It's done.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Motion carries, and we're gonna move on right here. Approval of financial report. Okay. Are you gonna? read
Yes,
that?
I'm going to pull it.
Okay.
It's all new tonight, so we're going, and I don't know that we even have sound on our live stream. So we're trying. We are really trying. Mr. White.
Yes, still nothing exciting. Our collections are ahead of schedule, which is obviously a positive thing. Do you have any, construction, of course, is building up. Do you have any questions about anything at all? Okay.
Right. Do I have a motion to accept the approval of the financial report?
I move that we approve the financial report as presented.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion accepted? Is that right? Okay, all right. All right. Do we go ahead and do the Uber also? Do you want to do that
It's
one?
just
Okay,
extra for
okay.
y'all,
All
your
right, that was for
information.
us. Okay, our next item of action, approve closing documents on bond issue. Mr. Michael Dobbs is here from First Security, Beardsley. Hello.
And is this good? Do I need to be at the podium? Doesn't matter.
Wherever you want to be is fine.
We'll stay here then. Thank you guys for having me. I'm Michael Dobbs with First Security Beardsley. I know y'all are used to seeing Ray Beardsley here. He is on a much-deserved vacation, and
Oh.
so I get to fill in for him tonight. So this is kind of a fun one where we get to do closing docs and kind of wrap up a project from our side at least and hand it off to y'all. So just to give you guys kind of a quick recap of where we've been in this process. Back in April of '22, the Hot Springs School Board approved an application to submit to issue up to $40 million in construction bonds. The first piece of that was done in June of '23. We issued about $25 million. On that issue, we got about a 3.78% interest rate, which was great at the time. And so that leaves about $15 million left to issue. At this point, we're, have taken bids on the next $10 million piece. That'll leave you guys about $5 million. You have the option to issue that at a later date, or just to kind of leave that and just let it sort of expire. We don't ever have to do anything with that if we don't need it. But just as a reminder, it is there in the event that there's a need. So we started the process again for selling again $10,250,000 in bonds. That's going to get you guys, at least our projection was right at $10 million net projects or net proceeds for the project. On April 2nd, we went out and requested bids, received them in on April 2nd. We got a total of 4 bids for the $10 million issue. The winning bid, or the lowest bid, was from Raymond James and Associates, bidding out of their Memphis office. They gave a rate of 4.112738%. Other bids were Robert W. Baird out of Milwaukee at 4.1173. Bank of America Securities out of New York, 4.228863, and Cardi & Company bidding out of Little Rock at 4.242485. So 4 bids is a great thing. We always like to see at least 3. The other thing to consider on this is, while we've got 4 firms listed here that bid on the bonds, there's about 40 firms really represented in these bids. For example, Raymond James had 9 other brokers like Morgan Stanley, Fidelity, other firms with them as they form a little sort of what's called a syndicate group. They come together for one bid and they, split all the risk in the bond issue and all that kind of stuff. So again, a lot of national coverage, love to see that. The 4.11%, a little higher than what we got in 2023. That was expected as rates have gone this way. Really happy though with the fact that we got it in when we did. Sort of the next day and then the weeks, the time since then, the market has really gone on a roller coaster. If we had tried to bid this, say last Wednesday or Thursday, I would have said, 475, maybe higher than that. So we've kind of just, seen a lot of action. And so the 4.11, I think that's a great rate. Glad that we got that in when we did. Closing date is going to be May the 1st. That'll be the date that the funds actually hit the district's account. There's sort of a transfer of funds section there that tells us that Raymond James is paying $10,299,000 for the bonds. So that essentially takes out any fees that they can make on that already. There's $75,000 in bond issuance costs, and then at the end of it, $10,153,571.65 will be credited to the Hot Springs School District. So basically, $153,000 that we had accounted for in fees and allowed in fees was not taken during that bid process. So that's extra money that the district gets into the building fund that you can use towards the project. First payment is going to be December 1 of 2025. There's a debt schedule, page 2 of this packet, and then there's a motion you guys will need to make to approve the bond issue. Before we get to that, I'll just run through the rest of these pages real quick. As I mentioned, page 2 of this packet of information is a debt schedule. Just shows you, every 6 months you're going to make a payment, and then we've got totals by both fiscal year and calendar year. This kind of matches sort of the existing bond payments. We're a little bit lower for the first couple of years, and then kind of come into a full payment around the 28-29 school year. And then the next 4 pages really have to do with IRS issues, spending provisions, all those kinds of things. Most of this is not really going to be too relevant to you guys. We meet some of the spending exceptions, like the small issuer exception for being under $15 million in the calendar year, some things like that. A couple of the ones that I just want to point out kind of at the board meeting, on page number 3, item number 3, the district reasonably expects to enter into binding contracts to expend at least 5% of the proceeds within 6 months. So by November 1st, you guys will have either spent or contracted to spend 5% of that $10,153,000. Item 4, we reasonably expect everything is going to be spent within 3 years. So again, 3-year construction timeline at the most. We want to make sure we're hitting that. If not, then there's some things we need to just be aware of as we hit that. And item number 9 kind of references that. If we haven't completed the project, spent all those monies within 3 years, we want to make sure we're not investing and receiving a rate higher than 4.02%. And basically the whole idea there is the IRS doesn't want you borrowing money and just sitting on it and earning interest forever, higher than what you're paying out. So the 4.02% kind of represents what you're paying out when you don't include any kind of fees or expenses, and so they want to make sure you're not earning above that. So that is really what those last 4 pages have to deal with. So again, that takes us back to the first page. There is a motion you guys will need to approve for the bond issue, but before you guys do that, if there's any questions you have for me on the process or anything, I'd be happy to answer those for you.
The motion is, here, Dino can see it, so I'm gonna let him.
Okay.
She gonna ask for
You can ask for a motion.
Right now? Go ahead now. Is he going to read it first?
No,
Okay.
you go
No,
ahead.
okay. All right. Do I have a motion to approve closing documents on the bond issue?
I move that we adopt a resolution authorization of the issuance and delivery of the $10,250,000 Hot Springs School District Number 6 of Garland County, Arkansas construction bonds dated May 1st, 2025, and other documents pertaining thereto as prepared by the Friday, Eldridge, and Clark Law Firm.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Public
I'll
education.
second.
Second, all right. Any opposed? All in favor? All right.
Aye.
Motion accepted. All right. Let's see. Next item is to renew 3-year financial advisor, FA agreement.
And while Mr. Dobbs is still here, we're gonna do that as well. The suggested motion is up on the screen as well. But it's time for us to renew our 3-year financial agreement. I don't think there's anything else to add.
That's really it. While I was here, Ray wanted me to go ahead and present that to y'all. This is, again, separate from the bond issue. What any action y'all take on that doesn't affect the bond issue. That's, you know, kind of a separate issue altogether. We are required to have some sort of agreement with any district we provide, you know, recommendations or advice to. That's kind of our regulatory burden that we have. So this agreement covers all that. There's no changes from the previous agreements you guys have approved. And again, we're only earning a fee when you guys are borrowing money. Any other time, we're just here as a resource, and hopefully a good resource for the district. So that's all I have to say about that, unless there's any questions that I can answer.
I believe so. All right, do I have a motion to accept the 3-year financial advisor agreement?
I make a motion to employ First Security Beardsley as financial advisor for a period of 3 years, effective as of the date of adoption.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Yes, I want to say I've really appreciated your trainings. It's really helped me understand the complexity of school finance. Sometimes I feel like I really got it.
We
Oh.
love
Very
doing that.
complicated.
So thank you for saying that. We do enjoy having that opportunity
Yeah.
to do those trainings.
I appreciate it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion accepted.
Okay, now we're gonna have to sign some documents, so if
Yes.
you want to bring those to the people who need to sign it, we're gonna keep going with our meeting, but we're happy to sign now for
So
you.
we can wait till the end. There's kind of a, you know, it's
Oh.
this stack of documents.
Oh,
So
do you mind waiting?
yeah, I don't mind waiting
Okay.
till the end.
Okay.
All right.
We'll move fast.
The next order of business will be the policy updates.
Yes, and Chief Carl Seymour is here as the representative for the CPPC, and he is presenting this policy on their behalf. I'm going to speak for him in the presentation, but last year at this time, you all approved the certified personnel vacations policy. We failed to get the classified personnel vacations policy updated at that time. And so we want to make sure there's consistency across all of our employees. So we have simply worked with CPPC. We've also worked with the PPC to make sure that the language was exactly the same as their policy update the prior year. So we've removed language that talked about employees under contract as of June 30th, 2009. We felt like we were plenty past that to have that language there. And ultimately the change is that employees can carry over 4 days of unused vacation leave each contract year. However, it cannot accumulate to be more than 20 days in a contracted year. Vacation days not used or carried over during any contract year will be lost. And so we would just ask that the board approve this revision dated today, and it would go into effect because CPPC is bringing it to you. It would go into effect this current contract year.
All right.
Thank you for reading that for me.
You're welcome, Chief Seymour.
Do I have a motion to accept the policy updates?
I'll move that we accept the policy updates regarding classified personnel vacations.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion accepted. Our next order of business is the Hot Springs School District and EARS program at the Arkansas Children's Hospital.
Our next few items are just annual renewals that we need to take care of. This is the agreement with Arkansas Children's Hospital to provide an audiologist for our students in need. This is where it's going to play with me. It's a total of 10 visits throughout the year, and the total cost is $7,750. We pay half of it in December and half of it in May.
All right, do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion that we approve the Hot Springs School District and EARS program at Hartselle Children's Hospital strategic plan 2 for student support.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion accepted. All right, our next order of business is Ray Therapy Services contract.
As you all know, we do not employ any physical therapist directly by the district. We contract out and have contracted out with Charles Ray for as long as I've been in the district and probably longer. So this is just renewing for the 25-26 school year at the rate of $65 per hour for documented services rendered and approved by the district.
All right, do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion that we approve the Ray Therapy Services contract.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion accepted. All right, our next order of business, Shannon Lawrence. I'm sorry, her name is Shannon Lawrence. Shannon, her contract.
That's correct. We do employ speech therapists across our district, but Shannon is a speech pathologist who has contracted and worked to provide additional services that we need with us, again, for an extended period of time. This is for the 25-26 school year at a rate of $65 per hour for documented services rendered and approved by the district for speech.
All right, do I have a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion to accept.
All right, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion accepted. Our next order of business, let me go down just a minute, is our contract disclosure form.
We have two contract disclosure forms, one from Aspen Ham and Katie Williams, who together have written a book through their work here at the district, and they are disclosing that they have written the book and that they are going to present this at a conference and then purchase the books to give to students for Red Ribbon Week. So they will benefit from that, obviously, because they wrote the book and they own the publishing company. And so they're disclosing a potential estimated dollar amount of $4,000 worth of transactions with our institution. And then Elizabeth Lawson is a paraprofessional in our district, and she is going to make some hats to be sold at through our Trojan store, and she has disclosed that she will be doing that. I can't get this to move, but that's what she's disclosed as well, is that she's going to make some hats to be sold through the Trojan store, trying to help pay for college fees. I would ask that you approve both of those.
Okay. Do I have a motion to accept both of the contract disclosure forms?
I'll move that we accept the two contract disclosure forms.
All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion accepted. All right, our next order of business will be our informational section.
Yes, and I will try to make my reports quick and brief. We do have our March media report attached. Again, I want to thank Mrs. Hoyt for continuing to do that. You can see we reached 75,000 people through Facebook, had 88 new followers. Our most exciting news was the announcement of Mrs. Brandon as the new Hot Springs Junior Academy principal. So super excited about that. We've attached news stories that have taken place over the course of the month of March, and we had 7 total, 1 TV and 6 in print. So thank you again, Mrs. Hoyt, for ensuring we're getting out there across our community and across the state. The National Special Olympics spent 2 days in our district as part of their Storytelling in Stills project. It was a wonderful experience for all involved, and we look forward to seeing their finished product. We actually got an email today where they're already using pictures from that project, and it was top notch. Like, they had clothing, makeup artists, like all of the things. They made our kids decked out, and then they took photos. It was just really a neat process. The annual East Convention took place March 18th through 20th. Of course, OSTEM, HSJA, and Hot Springs World Class High School East programs represented us well. Our dance program, secondary dance program, presented their spring dance concert over the last month. Adam's Family is going to be performed next week, so if you have an opportunity, there are 6 o'clock shows on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I think 9:30 shows on Thursday and Friday. Our final 2025-2026 Trojans Love Reading event took place last Friday. We had several student choreographers and a filmmaker win at the Arts Across Arkansas statewide competition. This year we had 8 of the 11 choreography finalists, and I listed the results for first place, second place, third place, and then our first place in the film category. We held our first ever HSSD job fair on April 1st. Thank you, Mrs. Rosberg, for leading that. We had approximately 65 attendees. We conducted several on-site interviews, and I think we've hired a couple of people from that event. So I know we look forward to doing that in the future. The Garland County Reads hosted a Reading Galaxy block party on April 7th at the Garland County Library. April 2nd was Paraprofessional Appreciation Day. April 4th was National School Librarian Appreciation Day. And the week of April 7th was National Assistant Principal Week. So we've done a lot of celebrating of a lot of staff members across our district. Kindergarten registration took place on April 11th, following kindergarten meet and greets held at every one of our elementary schools over the past couple of weeks. And then most recent, as of yesterday, we received a joint use agreement grant in the amount of $16,276.50 for a community outdoor classroom that's going to be created on the Greenwood Trail. Dr. Rogers and I have been serving on a community committee to make this happen. Representatives from all 7 school districts. We have students from the East program at Fountain Lake and the East program at Lakeside that have been part of the committee. Lots of community organizations, Friends in the Park, several. And so we are really excited. This grant's going to fund half the project. The project costs about $28,000. So it's going to be on the Greenway Trail right there at Hollywood Park, and we're really excited to be able to offer that to our community. And I didn't add this to my report, but I do want to share. We had an alumni from 1978, graduate of 1978, Todd Shiver, who brought forth an idea to teach our students about what they have available to them here in our community. And he wanted to show them hiking trails and that they could do some healthy activities, create a healthy lifestyle. And so Mrs. Rosberg and I met Coach Smith and Coach Burnett and Coach Curtis and about 18 of our students, and we went on a hike up West Mountain on Friday. And that was a lot of fun. And we got to just talk to the kids, and Mr. Shiver talked about the Ouachita National Mountains and, just history and social studies, and we even taught them about you can't litter, it's federal property, and so lots of good stuff happening across our district. So that concludes that report. If I can get my pencil to work again. We will go on into our student academic achievement, and I want to thank Dr. Eccles for preparing this for us tonight, as she does every month, so thank you so much for that. We always start with our Elevating Trojan Excellence, and we are focusing on that, and I'm so excited to share the news we're going to share tonight. Our building blocks, our puzzle pieces for this year, we keep that at the forefront, and I want to thank all of our principals who include this in their weekly memos to their staff. Our profile of a Trojan graduate, our Trojans are thinkers, resilient, open-minded, job-ready, adaptable, and nurturing. And of course, our mission, vision, and collective commitments, which you can see around this room. So we have a new accountability system, and that accountability system is based on achievement, growth of all, and growth of the lowest 25%, and success-ready graduates at the high school level. For elementary and middle school, it's based on achievement, growth of all students, and then growth of the lowest 25%. High school, it kind of shows that broken down a little bit more, because graduation rate and merit and distinction are also going to play a part of that. But whether it's elementary, middle, or high school, there are 9 total measures that are going into this new school rating system. They have, as a state, they've set those letter grade score ranges for each of the divisions, elementary, middle, and high school. And the state is releasing simulated school ratings for the 23-24 school year. As you all know, we shifted to a new assessment system, the Atlas system, in 23-24, and so the state did not release, they are not releasing official public school letter grades for the 23-24 school year. They have released, though, these simulated school ratings under the new school accountability that we can use for informational purposes and to allow us time to learn the new formula. We are super proud to acknowledge the incredible effort and growth occurring across our schools, and so we are sharing this with, for informational purposes with our community and our stakeholders. The ADE is implementing hold harmless for these ratings for 23-24. This was just passed in our legislature with House Bill 1598 of this legislative session, which is why they're giving it to us in informational purposes and not in official public release. DESE is using these to assign state literacy coaches for the 25-26 school year, and then they are telling us that our new official school ratings for the 24-25 school year will be released in the late summer, because we're expected to get our Atlas scores back by August 1st, and then they're going to be able to give us a letter grade rating pretty quickly as well.
Are they gonna have enough literacy coaches at the state level to meet that obligation?
Oh, I'm sure they will, because they, currently their literacy coaches are for all D and F schools, and we're getting ready to show you that several of our schools are going to come off of those literacy coaches, so they're going to have more to be able to use in other places. But for our simulated ratings, we want to celebrate Langston is no longer an F school. They are now a D school.
Yay.
We've listed the total points, what the state median for elementary schools was, and what the threshold for the next letter grade is. So you can see Langston's points were 354.88. The next letter grade of a C starts at 367.53.
All right, next year.
Our Main Street Visual Performing Arts School shifted from D to C.
Yay.
Yes. Their total points, 438.75. You can see the next threshold, the B letter grade, is 441.12. We're right there, and they are above the state median for elementary schools.
Yes. Yes.
Oaklawn STEM jumped from a D to a B. They were above the state median as well, and 449, and the next letter grade A, is at 523. Park Magnet, they held strong from B to B. They total points were 463. They are above the state median, so we're super proud of that. And again, not too far off from that 523, which will be the A letter grade. Our Hot Springs Junior Academy shifted from a D to a C. You can see our points 402, the state median was 429, and the threshold for the B is 445. And then our high school shifted from a D to a C.
Good
so
job. Wow.
Total points 411, the median was 429, and the next letter grade of B is 457. And so we have gone from 1B, 4 Ds, and 1 F to 2 Bs, 3 Cs, and 1 D.
Oh, wonderful.
Super excited. We also want to celebrate teacher growth, and so they have released teacher growth score data and trends across the district, and so what we're going to show is just some different factors. A teacher growth score of 80 means on average students rostered to that teacher are meeting expected growth. A growth score higher than 80 means they're growing more than expected. And so the student growth scores do show us if a student learned as much as we expected them to in a year. So teacher top quartile growth in each of the areas, top ELA, you can see those teachers listed there. We had teachers from Langston, from Park, Langston, Bethany Rice is Langston, Lori Capps is Park, Rebecca Holder is Langston, Rebecca Brewer is Park, Angela Bates is Main Street, and Erin Howell is Langston. Top math, Rebecca Holder is Langston, Erin Howell is Langston, Tanya Miller is Main Street, Bethany Rice is Langston. I'm testing my skills here, y'all. Heather Williams is Main Street, and Lori Capps is Park. And then top for science was Gina Elliott she actually teaches students from both the JA, but she's a high school teacher as well. Wonderful. So our our curriculum team went around and delivered goodie bags to them, so you can see them with certificates and just some treats. There's our math individuals, Miss Howell not pictured, and then there's science. Teacher top growth scores, the top 10 across our district, you can see those listed for ELA, math, and science. And we've highlighted the person with the highest. Dean Hatcher teaches at our junior academy. But again, you've got representation, I believe, from every building in our district on each of these areas, which is super duper exciting. Rebecca Holder had the top math growth score, and Crystal Perry from OSTEM had the top science growth score.
Wonderful.
And there's our ELA. Great pictures with all of the people, and our math and our science. So what a way to celebrate here at our board meeting.
Right.
And that concludes.
All right, thank you. Our next item of business is executive session, and we are not going into executive session. Our next item of business is ratification of personnel.
Yes, I'm going to present ratification of personnel, and I'm not going to read every name because there are a lot tonight. But we have the following resignations. I do want to stress some of these names you're going to see and be like, oh, they're resigning, but many of these are just resigning coaching stipend positions, and you're going to see them hired for different coaching positions, which is a different stipend, so please just kind of understand that. But I present these resignations. We have 3 retirements to present, and then a whole lot of new hires. Elementary summer school coordinator, I will highlight some of them. Director of Special Education, Vashanti Williams, is coming back to the district. We've got some of our coaching positions filled, several of our teacher positions. Thank you, principals. I know y'all have been interviewing like crazy over the last several days, so we could get as many on here as we could. Y'all are going to see some from even my individual meetings with you that we've been able to get in and on here. That's where you're seeing some of the coaching changes, just again, coaching assignments. Lots of transfers. Most of these people requested, so I will say that. But I do want to most highlight Marissa Burton as new park principal and Clarice Nikki Anderson as new OSTEM principal. And you will see a couple on here where you're seeing paraprofessionals who have now finished what they needed to finish to become teachers. So we are growing our own. We've got 2 paraprofessionals on this that are moving into teaching positions. And then we missed, and this is our fault, this was not intentional, but we missed 1 person on the 190-day contract list. That was Leslie Moore Miller, so hopefully she will forgive us for that, but we are rehiring her. And then I present all of our 183 and 178-day contract employees. So this will conclude all employees across our district over the last, I think, 4 months. We've been doing lists of hires. And so this is our paraprofessionals, our bus drivers, our occupational therapists, etc. And that's the list of ratification.
All right. Do I have a motion to accept the ratification of personnel list?
Make a motion that we approve the ratification of personnel.
All right. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion accepted. All right. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Before you do that motion, I just want to say this, Ann, I'm gonna miss you.
Oh,
I am
I
too.
know.
I'm gonna miss you bullying me. But really and truly, I'm gonna miss your passion and your commitment to the community.
And your kindness too.
Really
All
though,
of
the
us as
kindness?
your kids. Yeah, right.
We love you.
We're gonna miss you.
I'm gonna miss all of you,
Thank
and
you.
I'm so proud of our district and the things we do every day. It's been a great honor.
Thank you.
All right. Did I
Try
have a
this
second?
again.
Are you through? Okay.
I'm through.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Meeting adjourned.
Did we make it a motion?
We did. Yeah. We
They
did.
gotta sign papers and we'll take pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
And don't leave any pictures.
Yes.
Congratulations.